Matt Mask versus NUGO CHIKADZE, King of the Table 14. When this match started, my first thought was these two should have a match at every single event. That's how entertaining it was. I wish Matt was a little bit more stronger, more prepared. Not sure if he can be at this point because he was literally in the best shape of his life. But he did give Nugo a good fight, at least in the beginning of every single round. Matt's hand stayed solid. Nugo wasn't able to move him off center. In fact, Matt had a slightly better position, but then his raw static strength was way too much for Matt. He was able to slightly give his own wrist back and then rotate out to completely bust Matt's wrist back. And the trash talk between these two, first from Matt and then from Nugo as he started to win, it was amazing. Nugo wasn't speaking English, but I didn't understand what he was saying, but the trash talk looked awesome. The match was weird, the energy was weird, kind of looks like if these two were left alone to settle it out on the table, they'll probably end fighting. But no, towards the end it was more respectful, and Nugo made sure that he lets Matt know who the man is. So far, I haven't really seen Nugo lose to anyone, so he's pretty solid. The top roll was there. Matt couldn't do much except for maybe hold him in the center for a few seconds. Then his arm, his wrist completely gave up. Arm on arm, it was never a competition. But hand on hand, Nugo proved better there as well. So a great win. I would say Matt was like 3% away from making this interesting. I don't think he was too far off Nugo, but the arm part definitely needs to be improved. That's what Matt needs to work on. And NUGO CHIKADZE has called out everyone in the 105 kg class. He believes he's the champion of that class. So does that mean that he's calling out Devon Larratt? Because Devon is the current champion of that class. As far as I know, he hasn't forfeited that title yet because it hasn't been 1 year since he first won the title. Nugo versus Devon, in my opinion, isn't a match, but Nugo thinks he's the champion of that category. So tell me what you think about that.